What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, I ask if y'all please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, and hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rema Rage TV. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe. And y'all, WWE just don't stop with the goddamn releases. Samoa Joe, for the second time in less than a year, as you see right here on your screen, has been released from WWE, aka been future endeavored by the WWE and its bullshit machine. Now let's speak on it. Now we got an article here. We're gonna read. We're gonna react. That's just how we do over here. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. For the second time in less than a year, Samoa Joe has been released by WWE. The 42-year-old Joe, real name, I'm not even finna attempt to even read that, was among more than a dozen personnel released from the WWE Performance Center this week. News of his release was first reported by Fightful. Extremely fortunate and grateful to all the young and amazing talent I had the pleasure of working with in the past months, Joe tweeted on Thursday night. Only saddened at the loss of an excuse to see their continued growth and achievement. I am very excited for their future and mine. Joe was previously let go from the WWE during a round of cuts in April of 2021, but shortly after being fired, he was contacted by Paul Triple H Levesque about returning to WWE for a position in NXT. After returning, Joe worked as both an on-screen personality and as a talent scout for WWE. He initially had the role of an authority figure in NXT before returning to the ring for an NXT Championship match against Karrion Kross at TakeOver 36 last August. Karrion Kross is also no longer with the company. Joe defeated Kross to win the NXT Championship, but he never had another match for WWE. It was announced in September that Joe had relinquished the title due to undisclosed injuries, which we later found out was bullshit. Joe said that he would only be out of action for a brief but undetermined amount of time. Joe relinquishing the title coincided with the launch of NXT 2.0, a revamp of WWE's developmental brand focusing on younger and less experienced talent. Joe has been a star for WWE, TNA Wrestling, and Ring of Honor during his career. Due to concussion issues forcing him out of action in February 2020, Joe was working as a commentator for WWE prior to his initial release from the company. He was cleared to return ahead of his match against Kross at TakeOver 36. Joe is a three-time NXT champion. William Regal, Road Dogg, Timothy Thatcher, Danny Burch, Hideki Suzuki, Allison Danger, David Kapoor, Scott Armstrong, George Carroll, Ace Steel, Ryan Katz, and Gabe Sapolsky were also released by WWE during this week's Performance Center staff cuts. With the continued evolution of NXT 2.0, we've decided to part ways with some of the staff based in our Performance Center, WWE said in a statement. We thank them for their many contributions throughout the years and wish them the best on their future endeavors. They didn't finish it, so allow me. And that's the end of the article. Now, as I stated earlier in the video with William Regal and him and Road Dogg being released, I understand that nobody can work the same job forever. Nobody can work the same job forever. Unless you own the company you work for, nobody can work the same job forever. Hell, you can't work the same job forever even if you are the boss, because we got to face this thing called mortality at the end of the day. We got to face this thing called death at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, I really do wish the best for Samoa Joe, man. Samoa Joe, in my opinion, was yet another one of those talents in WWE that never truly got the push he deserved. You understand what I'm saying? He got his championship matches, yeah. He got his main events, yeah. But he was never really thrust into the spotlight. I think he could have really benefited from. You understand what I'm saying? From his time in the WWE. I mean, he's had great matches. He's had great matches against the likes of guys like Finn Balor, guys like AJ Styles for the championship, guys like Brock Lesnar, just to name a few, guys like Roman Reigns. So he's gone toe to toe with some of WWE's top talent. You understand what I'm saying? And in my opinion, held his own. And in my opinion, I do wish that we could have saw Samoa Joe have a championship run and on the main roster in WWE the same way we got to see him run amok on NXT and win that NXT championship 3 different times. You understand what I'm saying? Now I get that NXT is a different brand and is different than the main roster. I get it. But at the same time, the difference between NXT for Samoa Joe, in my opinion, And the main roster for Samoa Joe, in my opinion, is for the simple fact that NXT was not afraid to give Joe that opportunity to show what he can do. It seemed like the main roster was very hesitant, and they seem to do this with a lot of talented guys who aren't their hand chosen favorites. They tend to chew. They tend to give guys like Samoa Joe a match. They give them the matches, but they never really give them the win. Or they'll give them, because I've noticed WWE tend to do this all the time. They tend to do this all the time. What they do is they'll sign a guy they know the people want to see, and then have him. They'll build him all the way up just to lose to the guy that they want to build up over him. You understand what I'm saying? They'll do some shit like, oh, we got the right guy. We got the right guy we want, challenging the champion, but we don't have the guy that we want as champion. Or we got the guy we want as champion, but we're not going to have him lose to the guy we know would sell a lot of merchandise had he win this championship. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it always seems like it's some shit with them. It always seems like they can never cut. It always seems like politics to WWE, backstage politics are more important than putting out the best product possible. You understand what I'm saying? I think honestly that's leading to their downfall. I'm not saying that WWE is going out of business or anything like that, but having a guy as supremely talented as Samoa Joe, who literally did everything you asked of him, didn't bitch, didn't moan, didn't complain, was a complete consummate professional, did everything asked of him. He just never got that big break on the main roster I feel he should have got. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, at the end of the video, man, to have a talent like Samoa Joe to do everything that you asked of him, didn't bitch, didn't moan, and to just look at him now and just say, well, we have nothing for you, it's completely asinine it's completely ludicrous in my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't have talents like Samoa Joe just growing off trees. You understand what I'm saying? Believe it or not, Samoa Joe is one of those guys. In my opinion, you can drop him in any era of wrestling and he'll thrive, because that's just how he does. He can do everything. He can wrestle. He can talk on the mic. He can do commentary. He can be a manager. He can be an authority. He can literally do anything you can ask of him. So in my opinion, to close the video out, to have WWE simply say that they don't have anything for Samoa Joe to do, in my opinion, for lack of a better term, or lack of a better term than I want to use, is complete and utter bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit. You're not going to tell me a guy like Samoa Joe has no place in a company like the WWE and can thrive, when he's literally shown you every time in every situation that y'all put him in, he's thrived, and not only thrived, but was arguably the best one to do it at that position. But that's just my opinion, man. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about this Samoa Joe release, man. For the second time in less than a year, man. How disrespectful by WWE. As long as y'all remain respectful and logical, we can have a conversation. But that's the end of my video. Hope y'all enjoyed. It's been a pleasure making it for you, and I'll see y'all next time, man.